it's Pretty Pink Soul Movement here, and today I want to talk about past lives. Like 'em, love 'em, lock 'em down. Do you remember yours? Do you remember bits of yours? Do you remember anything? They're always a good place to start. Um, I find if you want to see your past life, when I've seen mine, you 100% have to set your intention to see them if you haven't. There's that. Also, I find reading books or information online about watching videos online about past lives that prompts you to recall them. You can see them in your dreams. I find it's easier to access if you go to one of those gong sessions, like a sound session, because the act of the gonging separates the time particles. This is how my interpretation of it. It makes those layers between the timelines thin, and so you're able to go between those worlds, right? So yeah, try that and see if that works. So I'll talk about soul groups and the people that you've actually have in your life now that you've had, in past lives as well. Some souls are older than others. So say like, okay, so you've got a soul group and say you've got, I don't know, 20 people in it. Before you came here, you were in the group with them and you were discussing, okay, what is it that I want to learn this lifetime? And they're like, okay, yeah, well, I'm going to be, let's say, your mum, and I'm going to be mean to you because you want to learn how to be self-sufficient, build yourself up from the ground, and work on your soul growth and learn how to deal with abandonment and this and that. And it's like the older, this is what I feel, the older the soul you are, the more lessons you want to learn, right? And they're usually the people that have the hardest time. Unfortunately, you can't hit me from here. Don't shoot the messenger. But like I've had a hard time as well. And also, in relationships, say, let's just say Steve is just like, okay, well, I'm going to come in when you're 28 and I'm going to, treat you quite badly. And that's going to make you leave me, and you're going to have to learn how to deal with some abandonment issues and learn how to heal yourself through those paths. So, you know what I mean? When people say treat us badly, they trigger us. But also, you can get people that come into your life that are here to help you and support you as well. And that's the best bit. So it's like sometimes you go through these harder times, and when you do some healing, then some people will come in to help you. But also put the word out for the healing as well. So yeah. And then you can have people like, say you have a son, he could have been your father in a past life. Or, like with my nephew, I feel like a super strong attachment, and he's in my soul group. Like it's just this feeling here. It's like that connection and that pull. And recently I had that also with a singing instructor that I met. She's definitely in my soul family, even though we've probably only spent, 4 or 5 months together. It doesn't matter on the time. It's like people can just come in and hop out quite quickly. So yeah. But okay, so also I wanted to talk about the desires that you have, the things that you crave. Maybe it's the things you're jealous of from other people. These are all signs that is within you as well. And this is a part, your desires and like your pull towards certain things, like, I don't know, cabinet making or creating music or, dancing or whatever. They're gifts you've had in a past life and your soul remembers them. And that's why you're like, oh, say you think you're a crappy dancer, be like, oh, I love dancing, but I'm so crap, It's within you, Don't let that stop you. Anything that you just like, oh, I really want this really bad, like talent-wise, that is already within you. If you admire other writers, say, that's because that's within you too. And it's like wanting it from, admiring it in someone else is a trigger for you to chase that passion, to work on that passion, to build on your skills. That is like a massive thing. I think people don't realize. They just see someone else being fabulous and they're like, oh, I can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that because you just told yourself you can't do that. And also you're not working towards doing that. You know what I mean? You have to, it's within you anyway, but you have to relearn it in this life, right? Because we don't remember as soon as we come in. Yeah, I just wanted to keep that short. And also, oh, wait, one more thing. Lessons from other lives. they're very repetitive. Just like in this life, if you've got this behavioral pattern in relationships, you're too needy, or you're too demanding and stuff like that, those are going to keep repeating in your relationships no matter who you're with, right? Because you're going to attract that because you haven't healed it. We attract whatever we don't heal. So you need to be a bit more self-aware, look at your patterns and relationships, and that's coming from your past life as well, right? So whatever we're really, really struggling to work with as well, it's because we struggle with it as well as we're choosing this lesson because we haven't been able to resolve it in past lives. So it's like, okay, cool, you've had that life, you've got that soul memory in you anyway, right? Even though your mind doesn't remember. Now you need to work through it this life to clear it. You know, I know most people are like, I'm not coming back. And yeah, you are probably. You're coming back. So it's like, once you cross over, it's different. It's not the human ego mind that's like, I don't want to go through pain again. You're not that. You're a spirit, right? We're a spirit within this body. You know, the body is the vehicle, and our mind tells us these things. You'll come back because you've been coming back for probably tens of thousands, if not more, years. You're going to come back. It's always been hard. It's been sometimes, even worse when you think about, most of us would say witches, and then we were like killed for being healers, right? And that doesn't happen these days. We have other traumas and stuff like that. But I think it's accumulated, and this lifetime, and specifically last year and some of this year, we're releasing that past trauma from our bodies. So it's been it feels painful. When you look at, the situation, say you're struggling with money or you can't get jobs, that's all 3D stuff, right? Like, yeah, it's hard, but you will get money one day. But what's making it feel harder when we're struggling with things now or relationships now is because we're dragging that in from our past life. Our soul remembers, but this life we've come back to go, okay, I'm transmuting that. I'm releasing that because we're going to elevate our vibration. We're going, we're in between 4 and 5D right now, the dimension, and we're more feeling, right? So we need to release all that ancestral trauma as well to vibe higher, to get where we need to go. So it's like life is a lot bigger than, our limited thinking in our mind. So that's just something to remember as well. Anyway, I hope you found this helpful. And thanks for listening. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and check out my new book, Soul Shine. And if you want a reading, all the information is below. Thank you. Bye.